morning. Welcome to 49ers in 5, your daily update on everything happening with the team that you need to know. I'm Rob Stats Guerrera. Today is Wednesday, April 12th, 2023. Here's what's happening with your San Francisco 49ers. We all know Nick Bosa is going to get paid this offseason. What we don't know is what exactly that contract is going to look like. Well, David Lombardi took a shot at it in The Athletic yesterday, and it's a fascinating read. I'll give you the Cliff Notes version. So far, the Niners have about $3 million in cap space for 2023. They have 11 picks in the draft. If they use all of them, the whole draft class is probably going to only end up counting around $1 million against the cap. Bosa himself this year on the fifth-year option has a cap hit of $17.9 million. So that's where things stand right now. But if Bosa signs an extension, he can lower that cap hit for this year quite a bit, which David Lombardi will explain later. For anyone that's unfamiliar, the way these contracts go, especially if you're a superstar, when your contract is up, you set the market. That's what always happens. That's how Jimmy Garoppolo ended up getting the biggest contract in the history of the NFL. If you look at defenders, that title goes to TJ Watt. He had a 4-year deal worth up to $112 million with $28 million per year and $80 million fully guaranteed. So that's the deal that Bosa is going to take aim at. His brother Joey, by the way, who has the same agent, signed a deal worth $27 million per year and $72 million fully guaranteed in 2020. So clearly, this agent knows what he's doing. The only hiccup that Lombardi sees is the fact that Aaron Donald signed a huge deal worth $95 million or $31.7 million per year. So Bosa's going to want to top that, essentially. So what does that mean exactly? Well, you're probably looking at a signing bonus of around $40 million. That's obviously good for Bosa. He gets $40 million. Who wouldn't like that? How it works for the Niners is they could lower his base salary to around the veteran minimum. Then you can lower his salary cap number to about $10 million. That would save San Francisco about $8 million of cap space, which is pretty much what they would need to just kind of get through the season with guys getting hurt and having to bring free agents in off the street and things like that. So that's sort of what it would look like. Bosa gets a massive signing bonus. There's a couple other structural things in there if you really want to get into the nitty-gritty of the contract, but that's the Cliff Notes version. Bosa's going to get $40 million, lower the cap hit, and still be essentially the highest paid defensive player of all time. We always give you one thing to read, one thing to watch, and one thing you might have missed. One thing to read on this Wednesday. NinersNation.com has a great story about Charvarius Ward's 1-year-old daughter, Armani Joy. She had open heart surgery yesterday. It's really, a story that's not going to get a ton of publicity, but it is worth reading about. You can go there to check it out. One thing to watch, Trey Lance is throwing footballs again, and people are once again very happy with what they see. If you want to see the video for yourself, go to our Twitter handle at GS Podcasts. We already tweeted it out. One thing you may have missed, the Niners held a private workout with UCLA quarterback Dorian Thompson-Robinson. San Francisco also met with him at the Combine. He's probably going to be a day 3 pick. And look, you know the 49ers. We can't have any rest when it comes to quarterback news. Would you be stunned if they drafted another one in a few weeks? That's a wrap on today's 49ers in 5. Please rate, review, and follow the Gold Standard Podcast Network. Enjoy your Wednesday, everybody. I'm Rob Stats Guerrera. We'll talk tomorrow.